I'm Scott Anger. I'm a private investigator. I'd been out of the office for a month doing a little too much thinking and a lot too much drinking. Now I was out of the gutter and back at my desk. I needed something to get me back into the swing of things. 2 seconds later, she walked in.
Mr. Spencer?
No, I'm Scott Anger. That's Ralph Spencer over there.
Ma'am?
How can we help you, Mrs.
Klein. Miss Carol Klein. It's my brother, Dan. We're from Oregon, and he has a job here in the city. He always sends a check home, every month, always. Nothing came in June. Now it's nearly the end of July. I'm so worried. The police have not been helpful.
They're not, as a rule, Miss Klein, but we are. Our fee is $20 a day with a $100 retainer.
That's an awful lot of money, Mr. Anger.
I'm sure your brother is worth it. We'll need a photo.
Yes, of course.
Tell me about him.
He was boarding at 224 Mason Street. But I found out it was knocked down in May. I don't know where he is or who his friends are. In his last letter, he did say he'd met a girl.
Maybe they eloped.
Dan would never do anything shameful.
Of course he wouldn't. Where can I contact you, Miss Klein?
I live in Yellow Plains, Oregon. I'm afraid I don't have a phone. Please write me when you find him.
I'll do better than that. I'll bring him home.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
It's been a while since I made a woman smile. It made me want to find her brother, so I could see that smile again. What do you reckon, Ralph?
I reckon Dan didn't put much into those letters, unless she knows more than she's telling. But her money's good, and that buys 3 days of your time.
Only 3 days?
That's right. On August 1st, you start a new case. You're taking the train to New York to put a tail on a crooked lawyer named Thurston Granger. So get going, partner.
A cup. My typewriter. I type up every case. My camera. People take photographs to preserve happy memories. I take photographs of unhappy memories for other people. My desk. It's old, pitted, scarred, beaten up, and worn out. Like me. My desk. It's old, pitted. A photo of Angela Donald. She's dead now. My fault. I don't want to think about it because if I do, I'll need a drink and then another, and before long I'll be waking face down in the gutter again. A fountain pen. There are 2 kinds of pens in this world, the kind that leak and the kind you lose. My desk. My desk. It's old. What do you reckon, Ralph?
I reckon Dan Klein might have made the news. Check the newspaper. Maybe he's been arrested. Check the police station. Maybe he's hiding out. Check at Jake's joint. Hell, maybe he's been elected mayor. Leave it, Scott. I'll pay it.
Cigarettes. I only smoke when I'm on fire. A telephone bill. They want $141.23 by August 1st. Must be all those phone calls I made to Australia when I was drunk. I'd never call Australia when I was sober. My hat makes a man look dignified. My hat makes a man look dignified. My trench coat, it can stay there until the heat wave passes. Siesta time.
Sleeping Beauty has awakened.
Prince Charming, you ain't. My desk. My desk. My desk.
I want my rent now. Today. 150 smackaroos.
Say, Jack.
Jack, nothing, fella. I want money, not one of your lame excuses. Nobody wants to buy your lame excuses.
That's okay. I ain't selling them.
That'll do. But I want the rest in 7 days or you're both out.
Thanks for backing me up there, Ralph.
Sorry, Scott. I'll handle him next time.
Better do a good job. I think he's serious. Not without my hat. The alley next to our office. The place where Angela was killed. Heat wave or not, I'm always cold here. That back staircase. It's not the steep incline and the rickety steps I mind. It's the way it sways when you breathe.
That's one you owe me. Don't dwell on the past, Scott. There's nothing you need to look at in there. Stick with the Klein case.
I know the file he has in mind. The one filed under Donald and stamped canceled. A wash basin. A wash basin. The desk drawers. 3 generations of Angers have left them full of betting slips, gum wrappers, and empty whiskey bottles. My closet.
Good luck, partner.
Likewise. My car. It has an engine that runs and the right amount of wheels. Mack the Barber. I'm always polite to Mack. Never insult a man who's handy with a cutthroat razor. Howdy, Mac.
Hey, Scott. Towel time. I tell you, Scott, what's got 4 legs and smells like glue? Periwig. Is that horse a nag or what? Do you believe it? Tiger's Revenge, race 4, 10 on the nose. Got it. Finished. You got my nickel? Have a nice day, Scott.
July 29. Morning edition. Mayor announces new crime reform. Seems the mayor thinks there are too many criminals running around, so he's going to teach them a lesson. Let me guess. Spelling? Math? How about the mayor's new angle?
I didn't vote for him.
You didn't have to. Most of the people in the cemetery did. Tell me about Dan Klein.
You don't talk to me about your private eye work, and I won't talk to you about dandruff.
Tell me about Angela Donald.
Look, Scott, I run a clean shop with a tight lip. That way I don't get no grief from anyone. See you tomorrow, Scott.
Megs Diner. Not much wrong with it, except the customers don't talk, the staff are rude, and the food's lousy. Reminds me of home. Meg is never glad to see me, and she never says goodbye. Hello, Meg. You can't buy that sort of honesty. Donuts and coffee, thanks. Not bad. Reminded me of coffee. I'm full. I'll save this for later. How about the mayor's new angle?
As if I care.
Tell me about Dan Klein.
Are you chewing or chat?
Tell me about Angela Donald. Same old news.
Where's the tip?
Where's the service? The city police station, guaranteed to contain criminals, police, and bad copy. Officer Jim Denton. When I first met him, Denton had a wife, a job in homicide, and a stomach ulcer. The wife skipped. The homicide job went when he stood up for me the time I got caught concealing evidence. Now he's got a dead-end posting at the front desk. He's still got the ulcer.
Hey! Look what dragged himself up out of the gutter.
Glad I've got your sympathy.
I'm oozing sympathy today, but no more shootouts, okay?
I was drunk.
What if it would have been people and not bottles? I like you, Anger. I'll let you go. But if I catch you with the gun again, I'm gonna revoke your private investigator's license and you're out of work, you understand?
You're all hot.
Glad to see you back, Anger. I mean that. Are you on a case? or are you here to practice your insults?
How about the mayor's new angle?
He's letting all the criminals out of jail to reform themselves.
Thanks. I better get a refill.
A raid roster. It's a schedule of upcoming license raids on clubs. Let me see. August the 1st. Rostered offices, Scully and Coleman. Establishment, number 1, Dog Alley. Proprietor, Jacob Turner. Tell me about Dan Klein.
Never heard of him. I guess he ain't done anything wrong yet.
That's Dan Small.
Dan Small?
Pretty sure.
So, Dan Klein is known around town as Dan Small. A man with an alias is a man with a secret. Tell me about Dan Small.
Small fry, more than likely. Haven't pinned anything on him yet. But I heard he hangs around with lowlife.
Got any names for me?
No one springs to mind.
Tell me about Angela Donald.
Anger, I'm telling you this once. We're taking care of that, and I don't want you looking into it. If anybody gets hurt, you're gonna be charged. You understand?
I just gave it to him. I can't take it back.
Stay out of trouble till I see you again.
Depends on where you see me.
Depends on where the trouble is.
The Tribune wakes the town with the latest scandal and strife, and then serves up seconds in the afternoon edition at 2 o'clock. If you want old news, you can dig in the Tribune's morgue. Old news, like Frankie Lee. Frankie Henderson. It's a man's world, so she got a man's name to work in it. We had a thing going once, but then she found Angela and I together, close together. I was gonna tell her. Trust a journalist to find out first. Hello, Frankie.
Hello, Scott.
Are you pleased to see me?
In this place, I'm pleased to see a cockroach. Sure I am. You're conscious? I like that in a man.
Clean, sober, and back in business.
Business? I should have known you weren't just here to see me.
How about the mayor's new angle?
He's gonna get the criminals off the streets by giving them jobs at City Hall.
Tell me about Dan Small.
Never heard of him either. What is it with all these guys named Dan? Newspapers don't write themselves, Scott. I'm busy.
Tell me about Angela Donald.
You'll never forget her, will you? She'll always be between us. Be my guest.
What have you got on Dan Small?
Nothing.
Nothing. Dan never made the news, so he's either very, very good or exactly the opposite. What have you got on Angela Donald?
What's done is done, Scott. That woman has hurt you enough. Let the police handle it. Hands off. Au revoir, Scott. That's French for see you later.
office. It's on the second story of an old brownstone facing the street. It suits me. I can keep an eye on my hubcaps. They're worth more if you've got the full set. Here I am again. Every private investigator has an office, same as every dog has a kennel. Mine doesn't have quite as many old bones lying around. Siesta time.
Good night, partner.
Likewise. Jake's joint. It's only open nights. Last time I was here, I had my gun in my hand and a sea of broken glass at my feet. I hope Jake's memory is worse than mine.
You come to get drunk and shoot up the place again? Beat it, till I can think of a reason to start liking you. This I can use. Watch your step. I'll let you in, but I ain't gonna cite you. Sit with your pals.
Movin' Mickey Murphy. A nice guy with a wise face. As a fence, he's pretty straight.
Scotty.
Ashley McPherson goes by the name of Gigi. He plays the ponies.
Hey, Anger.
Red Randall Hanna, a goon for hire. He talks straight, but not a lot. He's got more morals than a piranha, but it's a close call.
So, who's for a drink?
How about the mayor's new angle?
What are you doing? You know the rules. You lay and bet, you play a hand. You ask a question, you get an answer. You don't play, you don't learn nothing. How hard is that already?
The poker game. Minimum bet is $1. Table limit is 20. Some nights I nearly lose my shirt, but the table talk is worth it. I get my best leads here. Which ones will I throw out? Four, thanks.
2 for me. 3 my way. 3 cards.
Gigi stayed. Mickey stayed. Red stayed.
You win, Seamus.
Okay, Scotty. What do you want to know?
How about the mayor's new angle?
What do you expect us to know?
We read the same newspapers you do, Scotty. We check to see if we've made the front page.
5-1, Anger is back in suite with his reporter dame.
Short odds I'll pop you one if you say that again, Gigi.
Okay.
Which ones will I throw out? I'll have 3.
I'll have 1.
3 my way.
1.
G.G. raised. Mickey called. Red raised. G.G. raised. Mickey called. Red called.
Great!
Okay, Scotty, what do you want to know?
Tell me about Dan Small.
No. I haven't seen him around lately. No.
Yeah, he used to hang around with Freddie Creel. They were as thick as thieves.
Thick as thieves? That's funny, thieves.
Which ones will I throw out? 4, thanks.
2 for me.
3 my way.
3 cards.
G.G. raised. Mickey raised. Red raised. G.G. raised. Mickey raised. Red raised. G.G. raised. Mickey dropped. Red dropped.
Great!
Okay, Scotty, what do you want to know?
Tell me about Angela Donald.
We were real sad to hear what happened to her.
Who's for another drink?
Which ones will I throw out? 2, thanks, Mickey.
2 for me.
I'll take 1.
3 cards.
G.G. raised. Mickey called. Red called.
You win, Seamus.
Okay, Scotty, what do you want to know?
Tell me about Freddie Creel.
Yeah, they pulled him out of that crusher, put a stamp on him, and posted him to the coroner. Posted him to the coroner, that's funny. Read the newspaper, Anger, you'll learn a lot.
So, Dan associated with Freddie Creel. The clean boy from Oregon is getting dirtier all the time. Freddie Creel faced his end, literally in a crusher. The paper and the police will have the gory details. Back at my office. Ralph doesn't mind me staying here until I get the money for a new apartment. I think he likes to boast about our 24-hour phone service.